Good morning, Year 9. I hope everybody is doing well and that you've had a good week. There's some fantastic paintings submitted this week, some progress photos sent through, and I'm looking forward to seeing the final outcomes completed after today's lesson. So today, the main focus is to get your painting, your political poster, inspired by the work of Teesha Moore, completed and finished. Then to check that you finished all the other work from the last couple of months, and then I'm going to give you a final task in a moment. The first thing I'd like you to do though is complete a connect question. So I want you to just put the title in your book somewhere. You can just put connect, and I want you to compare and contrast, do some analysis today. So I've given you two images. You've got A and B. They both have some relations and some differences. So I want you to answer these three questions. So what political subject or situation can you identify in both of the images? What makes this clear to see? Number two, what makes both posters stand out to the public? So you can discuss things like colour, tone, texture. Number three, discuss the composition of the posters and why, whilst they have different compositions, how do they have some similarities here? Can you name what they are? So they're very different in terms of composition, but they also have some similarities in the idea of composition. So see if you can suss that out. Moving on then. So your objective is to complete your Teesha Moore inspired portrait. I've just put the same slide up as last week because I want you to just continue thinking about things like the text, how you use symbolism, how you have the subject focus, which is the portrait, and then obviously how you use colours and a careful colour palette using watercolours surrounding it. Don't forget you can use your image board that you created. Your work should be inspired in some way by one of the images. I began completing a watercolour study, like so, based on my ideas that I formed in my research. And I focused my project on the Black Lives Matter protests because I felt like that was a subject close to me. Many of you might have experienced and used your journal pages and your experience in lockdown rather than this political aspect, which is absolutely fine. But I just want you to continue working on this today. I'm not going to go through too many painting techniques today because I did do that last lesson. I kind of just want you to get on with this. However, I am going to remind you that it should be bold, it should be bright, it should take the form of a poster-like design. And don't forget, when you're blending your colours, make sure that there are nice, smooth definitions between light and dark by adding more water and less water, really testing out different colours. You can see an example that I did previously here. Obviously it's only half done, and you can see all the different tones in the face, and that's been built up by lots of different shades of blue, so it's really combining different shades. Once you've complete your final painting, you can do a what went well and even better if. How did it go? What would you need to change in the future? Was the poster stand out enough? Was there enough words? Did they work on the poster? And then finally, an extension task that I'd like you to do, particularly if you've chosen to take art as an option next year. I want you to create your own Ed Fairbairn inspired portrait. So Ed Fairbairn is an artist, an English artist from Southampton. He's now based in Cardiff, and he uses cartography, or maps in other words, and portraits, and combines the two. So it might be you've got some old tube maps lying around, or some newspaper, some old maps, or you could get hold of an old tube map, and I'd like to see you create your own portrait using this as a new method. He often uses black and white. You could use biro. I think biro or like a fine liner pen would work best. It could be a portrait of someone close to you. It could be a self-portrait. It could be a black icon. It could be a brother or sister. It could be someone going through something in lockdown. I want it to fit in with the running theme of the project. So, lots of information there. Recap. First of all, complete your painting, your Teesha Moore inspired painting. Then just check you've done everything else for the year so far, if you haven't missed anything out. And then I want you to create your own Ed Fairbairn inspired map, or it could be on book paper or a newspaper. You might not finish it. you might want to finish for homework, but I just want to keep you continuing to make sure your drawing skills are being built up as well. Hopefully that is clear, and that you've got everything you need to get on with today's task. Any problems, as always, just contact me via Show My Homework. Have a great lesson, and I will catch up with you soon, Year 9. Take care. Bye.